Emma and
Jack.
Kind of from the future. So this video is going to be all about the food on Explora 1. And it is good. But it's gonna be a mix of like you seeing us like this and then vloggy kind of format. So it's gonna be a weird mix for this episode. But let's get into it and let's dive into all the amazing food on Explora 1.
You should have just said, let's get into it, let's eat.
I like that.
So let's just get a little about Explora dining experience. It's immersive is what they're going for. Curated meals that are especially like very high end at every restaurant. Kind of like going out to eat is the best way to describe it. Not your typical main dining room. It's a unique experience at each restaurant. And something unique on Explora 1 is they bring in both food and drinks from around the world, depending on where you're sailing. So you kind of get more of a local experience on board.
Especially when it comes to the wine, they have their sommeliers try and source things locally, and they have some very unique and different wines that they get a hold of depending on the location that you're in. So like we were through California, they had some amazing wines from Napa and everything, and they just have some unique bottles that you wouldn't normally get.
Yeah, and best part, most of it is included. Actually, majority of it is included in your fare.
Yes. So for this video, I had to make some rhyme or reason to the order of everything. Now, all of the food was fantastic, and I would highly recommend that you try every single one of the restaurants if you can, but we're gonna put it in order from our least favorite to our favorite, and even though it was our least favorite, I would still eat there again.
Like least is a relative term on this one.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yes.
So before we get into all of the sit-down restaurants, let's start with the like fast, casual, snacky kind of items that they offer. And make sure you stay tuned till the end because we are going to go over Anthology last, and that is the only restaurant that costs extra. Otherwise, all the other restaurants are included in your fare. And yeah, so let's dive in. So first, let's start off with the Crema Cafe. It is your coffee shop. They also have snacks.
So they had snacks both throughout the day, and the little hors d'oeuvres changed. And the one thing that I thought was the coolest thing about the food, they're like bite size. So
think like tea sandwiches and tea scones.
Yeah, but even like the little pastries were like bite-sized pastries.
True. Like 2 bites.
Yeah. So it was like a good like little snack.
And then all of their coffee is ethically sourced beans, and they just had a lot of coffee options and tea options as well.
Yeah. Now, how was the coffee? Like, we did have hit and miss on that.
I would say, yeah, it was hit and miss a little bit, which could have just been a matter of staff, and it could have been a mix of them having more of the like European mindset compared to the American mindset. I ordered like a caramel macchiato a lot of times, and there were times where I just got a shot of espresso with a lot of caramel sauce, and it was interesting. But then there were some times where they made it perfectly, and it was delicious. So I would say maybe just give it a little bit of grace when you order a coffee.
Actually, we found at the restaurants, if you order coffee, they make it correctly.
Yes.
But not at the coffee shop.
Yeah, which is interesting. But I will also say they had a large variety of non-dairy options as well, if that is a concern to you. They had oat milk, almond milk, soy milk, pretty much all of your options that there is.
And unlike Starbucks, you didn't have to pay extra for oat milk.
That is also true.
Yep.
It was included. Now for my probably favorite fast casual one was the Gelateria and crepery. I don't know why I said it that way, but it was by the like indoor pool area, and it was where you could get your ice cream, your sorbets, your crepes, your waffles. What else is there? They had like toppings and stuff that you could add on, and it was
milkshakes.
Delicious. They did do milkshakes?
Yeah, they did milkshakes.
Oh, okay. I would highly recommend stopping off there and checking it out. If I had anything negative to say about that one, it was that their hours were it wasn't open for very long.
2 negative things to say.
And I feel like if they extended the hours a little bit, I think people would use it a little bit more. And then Also in that it's an enclosed pool area and there's a big screen there and they do movies at night. I think it would be really great if they opened up the Gelateria and crepery when they did the movies, because I would love to sit there, watch a movie, have a crepe or a waffle or some ice cream.
Or popcorn.
Or if they added popcorn to it.
They need a popcorn machine.
Yeah. Just minor things. Again, this cruise line has only been sailing for 9 months as of when we went on it in April. So it is brand new. There's bound to be little things that they can work on, but I mean, overall, it was delicious.
Yeah, the only other negative I would say, it was very slow for what was supposed to be a fast snack.
Yeah, so they do make the crepes and the waffles to order, and there was 1 or 2 times where they had, like, things weren't heated up enough, so they had to, like, reheat something, so it took a little longer for, like, a waffle. I mean, it tasted really good once you did get it.
So on the port side of the conservatory is where you will find the crepes, the ice cream, the gelato, the sorbet, the waffles, all of the delicious treats that you could imagine, and it is all right here, and it is phenomenal. Got a Belgian waffle with honey, and then a crepe with just lemon juice. Just wanted something light and refreshing.
Okay, next up is tea time. We only did tea time once, and the day that we did it, it was a little crazy and hectic. I think it was way more crazy than it normally would be, because the time that tea time was the exact same time that we were sailing under the Golden Gate Bridge. So everybody was in this area trying to see that and get tea. But for tea time, they come around with a bunch of different tea options, as well as a cart with a bunch of little, like, snacks, tea cakes and sandwiches and stuff. It was enjoyable. I would love to try it again at a not as busy time, but it was a nice little added bonus to have, and it was in the afternoon every day, so it was a nice little bonus.
So if you haven't figured out during this video so far, Emma is the food queen on our trips. So the majority of this episode will be Emma talking to me going, yeah, that was good.
And then the only other one to mention is that they do offer 24-hour room service, free, included, at no extra cost. That menu was a little bit different, though, than everywhere else.
Yeah, but it was very helpful, especially on the last day, disembarkation. We had breakfast delivered, and it's all included.
Yep. Now we're going to go into the sit-down restaurants. So, again, starting with our least favorite to our most favorite, to the best one. Again, this was really hard to pick our first one, but we decided that it was Fil Rouge, which is the French restaurant. You want to explain the French restaurant a little bit more?
Yeah, it has breakfast and dinner sit down. It's the only restaurant that does sit down breakfast in the morning. It is elegant, inspired.
It's French cuisine.
It's very French.
And then they have a dessert cart for dinner that comes around and is served tableside.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, it wasn't bad. I do think Jack had a way better meal than I did.
Well, the fish was delicious.
The fish was really, really good. Mine wasn't as great, but that's just what I ordered. But it was still very, very good. So with that said, let's take a look at our meals.
Starting off with our breakfast. They first came around and offered you some pastries that you could pick from a cart, and then there was the full menu. Jack started off with some muesli, and I got avocado toast with a poached egg on top, as well as a smoothie. There was a few options to pick from, and they were all very good.
We have the French restaurant for tonight, so let's go and let's enjoy.
Apparently Jack can't read anymore. He's trying to figure out what that says.
AOP.
I got the foie gras. And then it comes with a baguette on the side.
I have the crudité, chopped veggies with a little Dijon mustard.
For Jack's entree, he did the Dover sole and they fillet at tableside. It was very impressive to watch.
So much better than I can do that. This will take me 2 hours to figure out how to get the bones out.
For my entree, I got the short rib. It's ratatouille. A little bit of tomato sauce and cooked veggies. It's not bad. And surprise, surprise, Jack did the healthy steamed vegetables, but his Dover sole looks delicious.
The next one up is Marble & Co. This is the steak restaurant. It is a redefined European steakhouse. I think the only reason this one's probably number 2 on our list is because we're usually not huge steak people and it's not the one that we would go for. So hence why it came up on number 2.
It's maybe the only steakhouse we've ever eaten on a cruise ship.
That might be true. Just because we never really are steak people.
I'm pretty sure that's correct. So if you've watched all our videos, let us know we were incorrect on that statement.
Yeah, I don't think we have. We're just usually not like a steak and potatoes kind of people. But the steakhouse did have fish and other options, not only steak.
And a really good Caesar salad.
Yes. And you want to talk a little bit more?
And something super interesting that just like a step up. This is what the entire cruise line was like a step up from everything. It has a in-house dry ager on the ship. So a room that they do all their dry aging within the restaurant.
Yeah, which is really nice. And also I noticed that some of their meat was also locally sourced too. So they use more local farms for their meat. Now let's check out our experience at Marble & Co. It was a good one.
But before we do that, if you like this video and are enjoying it, please hit that thumbs up button. And if you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to stay up to date on the latest on our videos.
It means so much to us.
Got cheesy bread. Wow, wow, wow. Emma, you ready?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what we should order. If you haven't watched this before, we typically don't go to the steakhouses. So I feel like I should do steak, not fish or like lamb or something, which is what I would lean more towards. So I'm gonna take one for the team and maybe try some kind of steak. I feel special. We got stuff that is caviar. We got a little pearl spoon. I don't think I've ever had one of these, used this before. I've had caviar once or twice, but not nice enough to have the spoon with it.
It's the little things in life, like
The little things that get you
a
excited.
pearl spoon. Yeah.
Okay, that's worth it. I'm excited. To be more specific, this is mother of pearl, and I'm excited to try this. It's mine. You can get your own.
There's gold leaf on the top of that.
I just went just this one side. That's good.
Now for the tableside Caesar salad.
And light on the dressing, please.
So would you get for the anchovies?
Yes, please. Extra anchovies. And the best part, the anchovies.
Yes.
And then the master chef.
That is a nice looking Caesar salad, and I like that you get to pick everything you want. I did the filet with the béarnaise sauce, and then for my side, I did the Brussels sprouts and the truffle mashed potatoes, which I have to say look phenomenal. Jack just did some boring steamed vegetables, and then basically surf and turf. What was it? It's a veal and lobster tail. That looks nice. I ordered it medium rare and they cooked it perfectly. How's yours?
It's good.
Jack said it's good. Thumbs up good?
Yeah. The only thing I would say is they need better steak knives, because these are pretty bad. They're a little light. They don't have any serrations. Now the steaks are cooked pretty well, so it kind of slices through it, but it's just a little bit too close to a butter knife for a steak knife. Beignet.
Chocolate sauce, caramel sauce. It's supposed to come with 3. I only wanted 1. The other sauce would have been a pistachio sauce, and then I did the brownie as well. It looks like a little muffin, a beignet. Not quite sure how you fry it in a muffin-shaped thing, but we'll try it and see.
Can't get it in focus. There we go. Look at that.
It looks like it's in a muffin tin. Let's try it. I'm glad I only got 1. I would pass on the beignets. Brownie is really good though. Brownie was warm. This, it tastes like it was cooked in a muffin tin. Very dense. It's very, very dense. just finished up at the steak restaurant, this one, because we're not huge steak people, but it was good. I mean, everything was cooked very good.
Yep.
The caviar was delicious. I would say skip the beignet, get the brownie for dessert. The beignet was just too thick, but otherwise it was good.
Yep, good.
Yeah.
Okay, next up is the Med Yacht Club. This was
Not to be confused with the MSC Yacht Club.
Very true. This is a delicious one as well. They had lunch and dinner. We unfortunately never got a chance to try it for lunch, but we did do it for dinner. It's inspired by a Mediterranean beachside restaurant, and the plates are typically smaller shareable plates, and they also had a lot of plant-based options in case if that is something that is important to you.
And if you're looking for pasta,
Oh, their pasta was good.
this is where you get pasta.
As you will see in a second, let's roll the tape. We're heading to the Mediterranean restaurant tonight, the Med Yacht Club. Let's go.
Croquetas, you have a ham one as well as a mushroom one, I believe he said. And then this is the falafel fritters. Excited to try those. This was the special of the night. It was grilled octopus and chorizo ham as well as some other ham on like a little piece of bread. And then the last one we got was just some of the ham that they have on the main shareable options. Everything on the menu sounded fantastic, and I couldn't decide, and I was between two entrees, and our waiter said that he could do a half portion of the pasta, so I went ahead and did it, and boy, was that pasta well worth it.
Crap, this is really good. I asked for a small portion. I feel like I got the entree size. I also have an entree coming. Well, this is really good, and I don't think I can stop myself, and it has a nice little kick to it. I'm a fan. Holy smokes! I ordered the ossobuco. It's as big as my face. I don't think I needed pasta too. That is a lot of food. There's no way I'm finishing that after I just polished off that bowl of pasta. That's a lot of food.
Never say never.
True, I probably shouldn't say never, but I feel like there's no way I'm finishing that off. Jack's looks delicious as well, though. What did you get, the ahi tuna? Tuna? Or yellowfin tuna? Yellowfin tuna. That is polenta.
That is some cheesy polenta.
That is some cheesy polenta.
And next up is the Emporium Marketplace.
AKA the buffet, but I don't know if I would call it a buffet.
No.
Per se.
Never in my life did I think I would put a buffet this high on the list of places that are fantastic, but this buffet was next level fantastic.
Why was it next level fantastic, Emma?
Globally inspired. You could have pretty much anything like a normal buffet on a cruise ship. They had food from all over the place. You had sushi, which automatically bumps it up several levels. You had fresh made pasta, another several levels. You had baked goods, breads, pizzas, rotisseries,
High-end cheeses.
and meats. I know I'm missing some, but there was so many juices, there were so many options, and then it is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Breakfast, they also have a station where you can get fresh made omelets and eggs made to order. It was just high-end, delicious, and amazing.
Quick note on the breakfast. Fil Rouge and the Emporium Marketplace serve the same breakfast. So
Correct.
if you don't want to do sit down and you think you're going to miss out on the meal, the buffet or the Emporium Marketplace has the same menu.
The exact same thing. So even if you wanted like avocado toast, they'll make it fresh for you. You can get the same exact things, even down to the juices.
Yep.
So just something to keep in mind. And the other really nice thing about the Emporium Marketplace, even though it is a buffet, is that the tables have actual silverware already placed on them and napkins, and it just seemed so much more higher end. And they still had waiters and waitresses coming around to see if you wanted a drink or coffee, or if you needed anything, and it seemed like a very high-end buffet. So with all of that being said, let's roll the tape on all of the massive amount of food that I especially ate at the Emporium Marketplace, and a few things that Jack tried as well.
Beyond just the day one.
Oh yeah, day one I had 3 entrees in case you missed our first episode.
For lunch.
For lunch.
Okay, so we just got on board. There is fresh pasta, obviously, and sushi, and like everything else looks amazing. I don't know where to start. I'm gonna gain like 50 pounds on this trip.
Emma, do you already want to book another one?
Okay, we've been on for maybe 5 minutes. I already want to book another one. The food alone, I have short rib ravioli, which you got to pick which pasta you wanted, and then sushi, which you got to pick whatever kind of sushi you want. These are like literally 2 of my favorite things. I cannot hold in my excitement. This is so stinking cool. Sorry, I'm talking so fast, but I am so excited.
This is the buffet food, by the way.
This is the buffet, and it's amazing. This is so good. This is hands down the best pasta we've had at sea. It was all homemade. So many options to choose from. I can't wait to try the sushi and everything else that was up there because everything looked absolutely delicious. What did you go for?
Octopus ceviche,
Okay, fine. That sounds good.
and then an Asian red cabbage salad.
I think I picked better. Well, that was delicious. Now on to sushi.
Now onto the sushi, and can we like book a next one like now? Because I'm already in love.
Let's try the sushi.
Let's go book the next one.
All right,
but
let's go.
You go. I'm gonna stay here and try all the other food.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, time to go get a 3rd round of food. See you in a sec.
So if you've watched us before, you know at every buffet I have to try Indian. So why would it be any different here? You know, just the 3rd meal. Gotta try it.
That's a good one too. It's vegetable, all plant-based, no dairy. That's a good curry. This will be gone too, even though it's my 3rd one.
3rd meal, yeah. It's
Then we tried it for lunch, and of course I had to go get some more sushi.
This is the smoked duck breast, gorgonzola cheese, and a goat cheese, then crusted with oregano, and then the MSC style pizza. I got the pad thai, little small here to go, and then a peanut butter cookie, a sea salt dark chocolate cookie, and a country tart.
And surprise, surprise, I did pasta again, which is already gone, and sushi.
And then in addition to the homemade omelets and eggs and all the other options, they also have waffles, pancakes, avocado toast made fresh to order.
You want to say what this one is?
This is Emma's favorite. It's actually my favorite too, but this was Emma's favorite, so I will hand it off to Emma.
Okay, so the next one up is Sakura. This is the Asian restaurant. It is a mix of Japanese, Thai, Malaysian, and Vietnamese food. And it was all amazing. And the name Sakura comes from the cherry blossoms, which was displayed inside the restaurant. And first off, this restaurant was just beautiful inside. All of them were absolutely beautiful, and they all had the feeling of what that restaurant serves. But there was something unique about Sakura once you stepped inside, honestly.
Yeah, the way it's positioned on the ship, you actually think you're sitting on the shore, like at a restaurant that's just got a glass wall looking at the ocean. It's designed really well.
Yeah, and it doesn't.
And it has an open kitchen.
It does have an open kitchen, and it doesn't look like it would be on a ship at all. Like you would think you were on mainland somewhere.
With a full sushi bar, full bar.
The only thing I would mention though is there's seats, and then there's also the sushi bar. Sushi bar is first come, first serve. You do not need a reservation at all to sit there. But if you sit at the sushi bar, you can only order sushi. You cannot order from the rest of the main menu. But yeah, we liked Sakura so much that we ate there for lunch. It's open for lunch and dinner, and we ate there for lunch and dinner a total of 3 times. Like dinner twice and lunch once. But it was so good. So let's check out what we had at Sakura.
I don't know if there's enough time in the video for that.
So let's first start off with our very first dinner. It was decently loud in there, so I will do a lot of voiceovers for this, but we started off with the sushi platter for 2. It's got a good mix of different items, and you don't get to pick them. They are pre-picked for you. So for our appetizers, we started off with crispy duck leg confit, some gyoza, wagyu beef tataki, and then for our entrees, I did the lobster pad thai and Jack did the miso quail.
Okay, Sakura.
Good.
That was delicious. I am
Yes.
full. I have eaten too many meals, I think, so far today.
And no dessert.
But that was delicious. I want to go back for lunch. It was really, really, really good.
So with that being said, let's check out lunch.
Singapore chicken salad. Sashimi sushi taster for 2.
Chicken teriyaki wok over noodles. And this is our bento box. We've got jasmine creme brulee, a bao bun, watermelon salad, and sushi.
So since we did not get dessert last night, I decided to try some ice cream. It's the black sesame or toasted black sesame ice cream. It looks really interesting. It is a grayish color, so keep that in mind if you typically eat with your eyes, but it looks very good. And then I got some tea, because Jack makes it for me. Thank you, Jack. Ooh, that's really different. I like it. You got like the creaminess of the ice cream because there's milk in there. And then that like toasted sesame taste, which is, I mean, it's black sesame, but that's very different and very, very good. I would recommend that if you're an adventurous eater and like to try new things. It's definitely more of like a savory ice cream. I'm a fan. Jack, meh. And then for the last dinner, we weren't super hungry, so we did the jumbo lump crab salad. I did the miso roasted black cod, and Jack did the vegetable green curry with some fried rice.
All of that is amazing and included. There's one restaurant on the ship that is an extra charge. It is called Anthology. It is 199 euros per person extra, and it is a full tasting menu.
It was 8 or 9 courses, tasting menu, set menu. But if you do have a dietary restriction, they will work with you, or something that you just really dislike, they'll try and tweak it for you.
Yep, it was amazing. The price is a bit high, and the one thing I would say is the biggest negative is your drinks package that everyone has does not work in Anthology.
At all.
So they force you to buy other drinks. So if you do Anthology, we did see people walk in with a drink and they were allowed to sit with their drink. We would suggest getting a drink at the bar in the atrium and coming up with your drink.
Now, with that being said, did they have a cocktail menu?
Yes.
So there was a cocktail menu, and then there was also a large, very large wine menu.
Oh yeah, we had a very nice bottle of wine.
But on top of that, you couldn't just order a glass of wine. They were
Nope.
all by the bottle. So you also had to want to drink a whole bottle of wine.
Yeah, and the prices for the wine were about, like introductory was about 40 euros per bottle. So like
And then it went up real high from there.
$47, yes. And then it went up. So yes, it's amazing. If it's between that and something else, I don't know if it's worth it.
Yeah, because you have to figure that you're going to spend basically 200 euros per person. So you're already at 400. And then if you want to get a bottle of wine on top of that, add even more. It became very expensive. And the meal also took us 3 hours to complete.
Yes.
So I think they say to give yourself 2.5 to 3 hours. So it is definitely an experience, but also due to that, then you miss any of the shows or anything at night as well. So just keep that in mind if you make a reservation there.
Yep, but if you love a tasting menu, it's actually not a bad price for like a tasting menu at
No.
a high-end restaurant. It felt very high-end. Meal was delicious. I don't know. But if you're not into the tasting menu and kind of, it's just not your thing, don't splurge on it.
And they bring in high-end chefs specifically for Anthology, and I will also say that they change those chefs up. So if you go on Explora 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, like 6 months later, it could be a completely different chef, completely different menu. So in that sense, it's kind of cool too.
Yep.
But it was probably one of our better meals.
Yeah, it was probably the best meal on the ship. But when I started doing the math on like the price comparison, like Emma could eat at Sakura again. We were there for 3 hours. Emma could eat at Sakura twice. So like that's where I don't know if it's worth the price. It's a cool experience. If you're into it, give it a try if it's within your budget. But if it's going to stretch you, don't do it.
And probably grab a drink from the bar and just bring it up with you.
Maybe grab 2.
So with that being said, let's check out all of the amazing food that we ate at Anthology.
For this restaurant, since it was very fancy, we weren't speaking very loud because we didn't want to disturb other people around us. So at this time, you may want to bump your volume up just a little bit. This is the Rouge. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it had matcha on it. And it's a 1-bite item. Tartlet. It's supposed to be 1 bite. I feel like this is 2 bites for Emma. I don't know what I expected, but it was not that. That is very tasty. Let's have Jack try it next.
I think Emma enjoyed that more than I did. It's missing acid to me, just a little bit.
I totally see what Jack is saying. I just wasn't expecting it to taste like that, I think. Okay, so it's like beetroot and gazpacho and guacamole, which there's nothing green on here, besides for one little herb.
And an herb salad on top.
Oh. Herb salad is a loose term. There's 2 leaves. I really like beets, so it's good, but I feel like if you didn't like beets, I don't think you'd like it.
I don't like beets. They scare the bejeebies out of me. Okay, not the easiest bowl to eat out of. We're also not the classiest of people. It's very fresh and light while it tastes like beets. I can see kind of the guacamole flavor come through. Emma cannot taste the guacamole. Well, you must have a refined palate like a ginger.
Or smell.
Breaking news. This may be one of the best things I've ever had on a cruise ship. For those that watch the channel frequently, Poppy gives 2 thumbs up for good things. 2 thumbs up.
Okay, my turn. I've tried the caviar. The caviar is good.
You didn't like it as much as I did.
I don't think I like it as much as Jack does, but it's tasty.
It's very fresh.
It's very good. Let's try the next one and see what we think. I think the last one I was more... They called it ravioli, so I thought it was going to be pasta. But it was a radish. It's delicious. Just not what I was expecting. I think I like this one more. I like this one more. I'm not sure what this is, but it's got Parmesan foam. Cannelloni, but it's all fish with some truffle on top and scallops. It looks interesting. Go for it.
It's good. It's a true like gastronomic meal because it's not what you expect. It's like a savory fish cannoli. See, I tell Emma she's the most beautiful sight in the entire restaurant, and then she's worried about like the mountains behind us.
Sky. I was saying that the sky behind him is beautiful. What he missed was that it just makes him look even more radiant tonight.
No, that's
This one's really weird and different, but with that said, I think it may be my favorite one. If you have a thing with textures, this probably won't be for you, but it's like... But then somehow it pops in your mouth at the same time. I actually really like this one. This one may be my favorite.
Presenting you our royal red shrimps from Mazzara del Vallo. It's from Sicily, beautiful seacoast of Italy. And our shrimps are delicately sauteed and smoked in applewood fire. And it's served with the siachin puree, potato royal, makrut lime, and fennel braised in lobster bouillon.
So we ended up loving this one so much we forgot to film our reaction. The shrimp was the best shrimp I've ever had in my entire life, and it was delicious. This is the blackened cod with a lime something foam on some spinach. Okay, this is my favorite, but I really like fish. But this is cooked perfectly. And you taste like the cardamom and the spices, and this one's probably my favorite. I like this one a lot. Let's see what Jack thinks.
This is really good. It's cooked perfect.
That's what I said. Yeah, it flakes off perfectly. Like, you don't need a knife, you don't need anything. It's cooked impeccably. Then for what was considered to be your entree, you got to pick between 3 different options, either a chicken breast, an A5 Wagyu, or a vegetarian option. Jack and I both went for the Wagyu. I mean, the fact that we're eating steak with a normal knife shows how much like butter this Wagyu is. And as expected, the Wagyu was absolutely delicious. Then for dessert, it was called citrus. It was basically grapefruit and just really, really different and good. Okay, so typically I am definitely not a dessert person. Sometimes I like a good sweet, but this is real good.
To enhance your dining experience, we have here starting from Rocher, which is a hazelnut and chocolate poppy candy covered with the wrap. And we have here chocolate cake, pistachio cherry amarone. We have vanilla apricot almond cake, jandu yashu. Jandu yashu, it's like a 60% of hazelnut and 40% of chocolate, they mix most. And here's a lemon meringue tartlet.
That's tasty. That was all very good. Okay, so we just finished dinner. That was 3 hours. So if you...
It's an experience.
It's an experience. If you do Anthology, though, keep that in mind that it's going to be at least 2.5 to 3 hours at minimum. It was absolutely delicious.
So we hope you've enjoyed this episode and maybe it's piqued your interest on Explora. Click on the link below to check out the Explora Journeys page. Give it a try because it's pretty nice.
It was awesome. And stay tuned because next week's episode is going to be our actual review about the Explora, and we're going to break it all down from everything that you get, everything that's included, if we think the price is worth it, and just all of the good info that you could want about Explora One, or Explora Journeys, I should say.
Yep.
So till next time, get out and live a little. Bye, guys. Hi, Emma and Jack here from kind of the future.
Did you forget my name?
No, I was hoping you were gonna say Jack.
Sorry, I'm Jack.
Let's start over. It is a Mediterranean-inspired beach restaurant. Inspired.
I feel rock and roll.